Assalamu alaikum dear students of class 4. I welcome you all to your next social studies class. Students, in the previous video we have started the unit 2, and in the unit 2 the world we have studied about the continents. In the previous video we have studied about the continents of Asia, Africa, North America and South America. Today we are going to move to our next continent, which is Antarctica. Students, its continent of Antarctica is the 5th largest continent of the world, and it is located on the southernmost landmass. What do you mean by the southernmost landmass? It means the earth has two poles, the south pole and the north pole. Okay, and this continent of Antarctica is located to the end of the southern part. यानी कि जो साउथ पोल होता है उसके बिल्कुल एंड पर जो है वो अंटार्कटिका का कॉन्टिनेंट मौजूद है. This continent of Antarctica is entirely covered in ice, and throughout the whole continent you cannot see any land or any kind of desert because it is totally covered in ice, and due to which it is also called frozen continent. Okay, frozen continent means जमा हुआ. Okay, frozen का मतलब होता है जमा हुआ. Frozen continent कहा जाता है. And due to the presence of ice throughout the continent, the temperature here is extremely cold. The temperature of this part of the earth can go down below minus 112 degrees centigrade, and if you measure in the centigrade it is minus 80 degrees centigrade. Students, now just imagine during the winter season here in Pakistan, or especially in our own city Nowshera Feroz, you can observe the extreme temperature that can go down up to the 5 degrees centigrade, 4 degrees centigrade or 3 degrees centigrade maximum. Okay, it cannot go down further. Now just imagine going down that 2 degrees centigrade or the 1 degree centigrade and coming to a negative point. ठीक है, उसके बाद माइनस पर आ जाना, और वो भी कितना, minus 80 degree centigrade. So it is very very cold, you cannot even imagine. Okay, जिसकी वजह से there is no human being on this continent. No human being lives on this continent. Okay, there are some human beings, but what do they do there? There are some research stations in the Antarctica, and in those research stations there are thousands of scientists that are busy in doing their research work on this unique land. Okay, there are only scientists that work in the research station, otherwise there is no human body, no human being that lives on this continent. Okay, so there are no homes for humans there, because a human cannot survive there without the strict precautionary measures which only the scientists that live in the research stations can take. Okay, आम इंसान जो है वो अंटार्कटिका पर नहीं रह सकता इस तरह से. एंड उसके अलावा there are very rare kind of animals. Just for example, there is a very unique kind of bird, that is penguins, and you can see in the videos or in the National Geographic channel, and there are some beautiful black and white birds that walk around the ice in the Antarctica. Okay, so these are the only unique birds of the Antarctica, and they are not present anywhere else in the world. Okay, they are only present in the continent of Antarctica. So we can say that only Antarctica is only home for these penguins. After that our continent Europe. Europe is the 6th largest continent, or it is also called the second smallest continent of the world. Why it is called the second smallest? Because the smallest continent is the Oceania. Okay, students, this continent of Europe contains about 50 countries. As you can see in the map, there are some countries, for example Russia and Ukraine, Finland, Sweden, Norway, Germany, Poland, France, Spain, United Kingdom, Italy. And students, all of these countries are very beautiful and highly developed countries of the world. Okay, due to this the whole entire continent of the Europe is very well developed as compared to the other continents of the world. Students, Asia and Europe, both the continents. Asia is the continent where Pakistan is situated. Okay, and Asia and Europe continent are divided by the Ural mountains. Okay, in between these two there is a mountain range, Ural mountain, which divide both of these continents, and sometimes both of these continents are studied together Asia and Europe are studied together, and these both are combinedly called as one area called Eurasia. Okay, Eurasia is a combined name for the Europe and Asia because sometimes they are described as the one area while studying. Okay students, this is a very beautiful continent, Europe, and you can find the world's largest island, Greenland, here. Greenland is the world's largest island. I hope you all must know what an island is. An island is basically a country or a state that is surrounded by the water on the four sides. Okay, so this is the largest island of the world, Greenland, that is located in the Europe. And one more thing interesting about the Europe is having the world's smallest country, and it is the Vatican City. Its name is Vatican City, but it is not a city, and it is a country, Vatican City, and it is the smallest in both area and in population. You can find only about only maximum up to 1000. It's below the 1000, but I'm saying up to maximum you can find really only 1000 people there. Okay, last our continent is Oceania. Oceania is the smallest continent of the world. Previously, this whole continent of Oceania was known as Australia. It includes some countries, for example, Australia, New Zealand, New Guinea, and thousands of islands in the South Pacific Ocean. In the South Pacific Ocean, there are a lot of smaller oceans, and all of these oceans are generally known as the territory in the Oceania. Okay, and this continent is also called the island continent. Now, why do we call it an island continent? Because you know, an island is the land that is surrounded by the water on the four sides. So this continent is also surrounded by the water on four sides, due to which it is called island continent. And this continent is totally cut off from rest of the world. Okay, due to which there are some very unique and amazing animals which are not present anywhere else on the world. Let's have a look in the picture, students. You can see this animal here. I hope you have seen this before. This animal is kangaroo, and kangaroo is a pouch animal. Okay, it has a pouch and it keeps its young one on its pouch for further nourishment. Student, this animal is very unique and it is found only in the Oceania. It is not found anywhere else in the world. Okay, in the Oceania it is found only in Australia. Here is another animal, and this animal is called the koala bear, and it is only found in Australia as well. Why it is only found here? Because the Australia, or the whole continent of Oceania, is completely separated from the rest of the world, because it is an island, and an island is surrounded by the water on the four sides. Okay, so there is no land connection, so animals cannot move from one continent to another. Okay students, our continents end here. I will see you in the next video, but first let's come to your homework. Your homework is to solve exercise, match the columns and color and label the 7 continents of the world on book page number 11. Okay, I hope you all will must do your homework, and if you find any difficulty you can ask us on the WhatsApp group. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.